أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. Salam Aleykum, dear brothers and sisters. This is a Quranic Human, and in this video we're talking about the relation between Allah and the human reality. In our previous video we mentioned that man has two aspects, holy and mundane. Paying attention to our holy side will lead us towards happiness and felicity, while concentrating too much on our mundane aspect will lead to misery and misfortune. In this video, we want to see what kind of a connection we can find between forgetting Allah and forgetting a part of our own reality. The Holy Quran in many verses insists that Allah is everywhere and the whole world is under His control. However, in a few verses, it indicates that there is a special connection between Allah and humans. In the 16th verse of Surah Qaf, Allah Almighty says,
وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ وَنَعْلَمُ مَا تُوَسْوِسُ بِهِ نَفْسُهُ وَنَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْ حَبْلِ الْوَرِيدِ.
We have created man and know what his soul is whispering within him. We are closer to him than his jugular vein. The jugular vein is the symbol of the human life because it leads to certain death if it is cut. When it is said that Allah is closer to us than our jugular vein, it means He is closer to us than our own lives. And it's clear that our lives are not separated from ourselves. So it means that Allah is closer to us than ourselves. And exactly because of this, He knows everything that happens in our hearts or minds. We can reach the same conclusion from verse 24 of Surah Anfal.
وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَحُولُ بَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ وَقَلْبِهِ وَأَنَّهُ إِلَيْهِ تُحْشَرُونَ.
Know that Allah stands between a man and his heart, and to Him you will all be summoned. The Holy Quran uses the word heart for the center of our understandings and emotions. Now, is it possible for a reality to stand between man and his heart? Are they even separable? It seems that if a reality stands between man and his mind or heart, it's impossible to conceive and understand anything before first noticing that reality, which means we notice Allah with each of our emotions and ideas. As in the previous verse, this one also shows that Allah is closer to us than we ourselves. As we mentioned in our previous videos, Allah Almighty has breathed from His own soul into us, which shows there is a special connection between us, because He has created everything, but only in case of humans, not even archangels, He clearly attributes the given soul to Himself. At first, it might sound figurative, but if we take the aforementioned verses into consideration, we may realize that human soul is a lot closer to Allah than we would think. It is said in our hadiths that the heart of a believer is the throne of Allah, or nowhere in the whole universe but the heart of a believer can contain Allah. It is also said that the heart of a believer is worthier than Kaaba. I believe it's easier to understand these hadiths if we put them beside the Quranic verses we have already talked about. Allah Himself is in our hearts, and that's exactly why our hearts are so valuable. The same way, angels bowed down before Adam because they realized how close Allah can be to His heart, so close that He Himself said that from His own soul He had breathed into Adam. Now let's ask ourselves what would happen if we ignore something that's closer to us than we ourselves, closer to us than our own lives, something that's impossible to neglect because it stands between us and our minds. We can only ignore it if we first ignore our own selves, our own lives, and our own hearts. A question may come to mind after hearing all this. If Allah's presence is so obvious and our connection is so strong and close, why is it that some people deny His existence altogether? Inshallah, we will talk about this in our next video. May Allah bless you all and see you.